So much tea, so much gossip, so much real life shit.
Our tenant's boyfriend was making drugs and
there it is.
blew up the basement.
I was like, do I test this drive-through window?
You won't even put in a security camera?
And I was held at gunpoint at one of my properties.
One of our tenants that was unhappy, and then they left the place as like a complete shithole.
Slightly Unhinged.
Welcome back to Slightly Unhinged, where we talk about the real stories behind business, burnout, and building a life that actually works for you. Today's episode is one so many people are going to relate to, especially if you've ever been in a career that demanded everything from you and then asked for more. For managing properties and people, just focusing on in-home care and supporting people in a deeper and more personal way. Andrea Kramer, how are you?
I'm doing great.
Welcome to the pod. I'm so happy you're here. I know you've been following along on the pod, and I'm super stoked that you are a part of this one. It's gonna be a fun episode. We have so much to talk about, so much tea, so much gossip, so much real life shit to go through. But you got a glass of wine.
Yep,
Yes,
I sure did.
I got a glass as well. We're having wine, of course, brought to you by Bouchon. I always laugh at this because it's literally the opening segment of every episode. I'm like, the wine is brought to you by Bouchon. And you know, they basically sponsored by. Mandy's got a lifelong sponsorship on Slightly Unhinged. And so I just literally am like, brought to you by Bouchon. So we're having a fabulous rosé with Andrea, and it's gonna be delicious. So we met. I feel like it's been a long time ago, but it hasn't been that long ago. But it's been a minute. It's been a little over a year ago, if not longer, at a networking event. I always like to ask people, what's your first impression of me?
I thought...
Nothing like putting you on the spot.
Well, so initially I walked in the room and, you know, I didn't really know anybody. And you were talking to other people.
Yeah.
So I just kind of had to wait my turn to like speak to you.
I'm not popular, I promise.
And then you turned around and spoke to me and you were just fun. You know,
I try
and
to
I was
always be
like,
fun.
oh, okay.
She a queen.
Okay, here we go. This is gonna be great.
I love it. No, you had come to one of my networking events. Blake and Alder used to host happy hours, and you had come and visited. A former employee of mine introduced you to us, and ever since then, we've kikied. You've been out to the floating home with us. You've had wine with us. We've had such a good time, but you're also part of our new networking group and chapter that we've built, P&W Power Partners, and you know, it's been so fun getting to know you and Matt and your family, and just having a good time. And we always seem to get in a little bit of trouble when we hang out. So, I mean,
you have to. That's the best. I think that's going to be like, I have to add that to like, you know, a nickname or something.
Right.
I love trouble.
Trouble. I mean, you are on Slightly Unhinged, so it's okay. We can get in a little bit of trouble here today. So how has, you know, obviously meeting at networking events, you are like the master networker. You're part of so many different things. But I think in your industry, you know, being in the healthcare industry and things like that, you really got to network and get your name out there. There's a lot of competitiveness in it and other companies and all those things. So how has networking really been for you in building your career?
I mean, it is so crucial.
Yeah.
But it is amazing. And I think, you know, for me, even though it's a must and I need to do it, I think for me, I just really love to see people and they've become my friends.
Yeah.
So I really just think of it more like that I want to see all my friends and I want to talk to them. I want to see how they're doing. I want to see if I can help people, because I really, at the end of the day, I like helping people and I like making people happy, and that's what drives me.
Yeah.
So, and I like having fun and getting into a little bit of trouble. So,
I mean, when there's a happy hour, networking hour, I'm like, oh, Tito's and soda, let's go. I mean, or wine. And we know, I always give you a hard time because her favorite kind of wine is a buttery Chardonnay. And I'm always like, Andrea's in the room, buttery Chardonnay. What do you got? Buttery Chardonnay coming up. And so, no, it's always so fun. I'm excited to dive into kind of your a little bit of past life, obviously current life in the healthcare industry, but more or less just getting to know you even more for everyone. You are an amazing person, and I was so stoked when you agreed to be on the pod because I was like, all right, this is gonna be a fun one. I Your husband is one of my favorite people in this world. And anytime Matt shows up to an event, I'm like, oh my God, Matt's here. Matt's here. Everybody stop. Matt is here. Everybody just stop. So, how did you, I always love this story. And so you're going to share it. So how did you and Matt
Oh,
meet?
oh my God. Really? Well, okay. We are a story. He puts up with me.
He's amazing.
He is amazing. So we were both living in San Francisco. And we both had roommates that used to date,
Okay.
and they both thought we should meet each other. And then my roommate had a different boyfriend at the time and thought that, okay, let's go on a double date. And living in San Francisco at the time, I had gone on enough dates with guys
Sure.
that didn't have cars, and
Didn't have cars.
I was
I mean,
kind
in San Francisco, do a lot of people have cars in San Francisco?
I know. Well, and I had a car, so
Okay. There you go.
it was
All right.
like they all ended up wanting to drive my car,
Got it. Got it.
and I was kind of over it, and so I was like, oh gosh, okay, what's this guy about? So I was kind of unimpressed and didn't think that he had a car because he lived in the Haight, and I was not a Haight Street kind of girl.
Okay.
And we drove around, found parking, and we went out to dinner. And he was dating someone long distance, so he wasn't putting any effort into the date. He wasn't interested. So I was unimpressed, and I'm like, okay, when can we ditch this guy?
Oh no, Matt.
And yeah, so we had dinner, and then we basically did ditch him. And then like 3 years later, I think, because of our mutual friends, I ended up working at a mortgage company.
Yeah.
And he was a teacher at the time and started working at night at the same mortgage company. So I would be on my way out, he would be on his way in.
Aw.
And then he came in to give me a file to work on, and
Ooh, a
we got to
file work
talking.
on.
We got to talking, didn't even remember each other.
No! You didn't remember each other?
Did not. It'd been long
Oh.
enough, and we got to talking like, oh yeah, so-and-so is my best friend, mine too. Okay, wait, did we ever meet?
You're like, dumbass,
Wait,
I went on a date with
did
you.
we go out to dinner once? And then I
Matt,
was like,
I love you.
I
Oh my God.
called my friend and I'm
dead.
like, what was the deal? Like, I didn't like him. What happened? Like, he's so cute. And then he was walking me out every day. And then it was
Aw,
just from
he's
there
such
on
a
out.
gentleman.
Yeah.
So how long have you guys officially been together then?
Okay, married for 20 years,
Amazing.
together for 23, I guess.
Yes, I love
Yeah,
that.
Yeah.
And kids, family.
Two kids. Our daughter she's 19, so she'll be 20 in September, and then our
gosh.
son's 14. Yeah, it's insane. So
Yeah.
I'm old.
You're not old. No, you're not old. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. So you went from the Bay Area. What brought you guys to the Portland area?
Just how expensive the Bay Area is. It's just insane.
Yeah.
We're never going to be able to buy a house again.
Yeah.
We had kind of had to like ditch the house in the mortgage meltdown. Because we were both working for the same lender at that time.
Absolutely.
And we're like, this is just insane. I mean, I grew up in Burlingame, which is right by the San Francisco airport. And it's like kind of like Lake Oswego on steroids.
Yeah.
And it's just complete insanity. And we're like, okay, we gotta go. So we moved up here, and of course we moved to Lake Oswego. And we're like, well, the schools are the best, so let's move there. And so it'll take us a while to afford anything there too. So yeah, let's do that.
That'd be perfect. I've been to San Francisco probably I could probably count on one hand, maybe 4 or 5 times. I've been a few times, but I agree. Every time I go to San Francisco, I'm like, did I just pay $18 for a Tito's and soda? Single? Like literally, like that was $18 for a Tito's and soda. Or the crazy thing is the airport is so far away from downtown. And to get an Uber from the airport to downtown was like 80 some dollars,
Oh my God.
$100. I'm like, I should have just rented a car. But then you rent a car and then there's nowhere to park. And then when you do want to park, it's $33 to park. So I love SF, but I'm not one that I would live in SF. But the parties are good in SF. The gay scene is amazing in SF.
Love the Castro.
The Castro is amazing, and I will go for a good party, but I would not live in SF. Moral of that story.
Well, if you knew it a little bit more, you might
That's
think
true.
differently.
That's true. Andrea's got the hookup, it sounds like. So maybe we might need to do a couples trip down to SF. So SF, Portland, Lake Oswego, building a family, career changes, different stages of life. Who is Andrea Kramer today?
Oh my goodness. Well, so we moved up here. I got into property management
Yeah.
after leaving like my skincare business down there and hated property management.
Oh, I have a whole section on property management. Don't you worry.
Hated it. Gained a ton of weight. Probably drank almost a bottle of wine every damn day.
I feel you.
Yeah, worst time. So then I started getting back into mortgage, and then, that was great for a bit. And then it wasn't, and they were laying people off again. And I was working with a recruiter, and because I've also had my own businesses. And so I've also always done marketing for my own businesses and things like that. This recruiter kind of tapped into that, which I had never even thought of. And she was like, well, why don't you do marketing for this in-home care?
Yeah.
And I was like, marketing? Why would you think of me for that? What? Not selling myself. And then she kind of had to sell it to me, and I was like, oh yeah, okay. Yeah, sure. So, it's actually turned everything around for me. It's like everything in my life that I've done kind of just culminated, and I love it more than anything I've done. I have so much more fun. I love the people. The industry is amazing. I've become friends with so many people in the industry. It's just been, crazy good.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah. I relate in a lot of sense, coming from a different world of the retail cell phone world, different things, to then getting into property management, working for a different firm, for 8 years, and seeing the wholly unhinged of that, to then thinking I should start my own company and become even more unhinged. So yeah, no, I totally get it. So talking about property management, obviously you and I relate a lot in the sense of that, because obviously I own a property management company. So you're in property management. I always laugh because we always have all these stories and different things, how unhinged property management is. It's like, I always say we're like the adult babysitters, and, I don't get paid enough to be an adult babysitter. But how did you get into property management though, originally? How did you okay, I'm going to be a property manager?
Well, I had some experience when I was 21, because I worked for a commercial property management company while I was going to massage therapy school.
Girl, she was making it out in the market.
So, I was like, oh, well, maybe I'll do that again so I can break back into the, real estate, mortgage field again. So I just kind of, applied for this leasing position so I could go show properties for them.
Sure.
And then, people are constantly quitting. So you
Girl.
move up pretty quickly.
Girl, I know that all too well.
So I became an assistant property manager pretty quickly. And then next thing I know, a couple months later, I was taking my test and I became a property manager, and then crying pretty quickly after that.
It's a brutal industry. It gets a lot of attention around that, and being, owning Blake and Alder for the last almost 4 years now, 4 years, you learn a lot. Obviously I was in the industry for about 8 years prior. I learned a lot in that. I saw a lot. I got yelled at a lot.
Yeah.
All of the things I have, there's so many crazy stories and different things that you see and go through, and it's emotionally taxing.
Yeah.
You're the middleman between the client and the tenant, and you get it sometimes from both sides. And there's times where you're just like, I can't take this anymore. Like,
Yeah.
I have the client mad, I got the tenant mad. You're in the middle, and you're like, I'm trying just to make everybody happy, but what the fuck?
That's exactly why
literally, and I totally get it. So how intense though? Like, how intense was it for you, like, being in the management world? You're obviously not in it anymore. So obviously there was a moment you were just like, I'm done.
Yeah.
And I have those moments where I'm just like, what the hell am I doing? Why did I decide this career path?
Yeah.
There are definitely moments like that. But then I have the other side of it where I think you and I relate a lot in, not necessarily maybe the property management world, but in the community aspect of it, of I have a mission to make sure everybody has a roof over their head. Like, I have a mission to make sure that my tenants are taken care of. I have a mission to make sure that my clients are taken care of. And I have a mission that we're being transparent and honest and all these things, because there are a lot of bad management companies out there.
Yeah.
And I wanted to make sure we set ourselves apart. So being in the industry prior though, like, what was some of the craziest things you had to deal with?
Oof.
I already know the one story I'm hoping you're going to talk about, because then I have a follow-up story for it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Where our tenant's boyfriend was making drugs in the basement and
there it is.
blew up the basement.
Yeah, blew up the basement.
Yeah. That was a good one.
Yeah.
That was great. That was a great one. Luckily for me, they had kind of, at that point, had decided to redo the way that the departments were in our office. So they weren't teams anymore. It was like, and so I was vendor relations at that point. I wasn't
amazing.
the property manager for team A anymore. I was vendor relations. So I was like, you got that.
Yeah. You're like, done. I'll be the vendor relations.
I'm like,
no big
man,
deal.
thank God I'm not having to go out there and deal with that one right now. Because I was like, that is horrible.
No, there's so many crazy things. I was in property management. Obviously, I'm still in property management. I was in property management during the COVID time. And COVID time, we had, unfortunately, a lot of sick tenants that unfortunately passed away in their units, just different things. And, just a really crazy time. But I've had so many unhinged stories. I manage a property that is so much better than it used to be, but it used to be kind of an epicenter for some illegal activities. And the things I would see, I'd go pull up to the property and I'd just sit in the car and watch, and there'd be a drug deal going on through the windows. They had a drive up window, and I was like,
oh my God,
literally had a drive up window.
That's
and they had
convenient.
an open and close sign. They had an open and close sign, and I kept doing lease violations. I'm like, what is going on here? I'm like, you can't have an open and close sign on your window, sir. And no, they had an open and close sign, and then it would be open. I would sit in the car and I just watch, and it would be like one person after another on their skateboarder bike going in, reaching in, grabbing something and leaving. And I'm like, oh my God. And so I was like, so then I thought to myself, I was like, do I test this drive-through window? Like, do I try it? But no, I was afraid I was going to get like murdered or something.
Okay, so tell me, A, did they pay their rent on time? And
Always.
Did they want to pay in cash?
Always on time. The money orders were always fresh off the printer. Money orders were fresh off the printer, ready to go. But those tenants are definitely not there anymore. But one of the craziest stories, there's a lot, but one of the ones that we've always talk about is there's a property that I manage, and someone had a hitch on a truck had backed in and hit the building, and it shook the building.
Mm-hmm.
And they're inside the unit that it hit. The husband was sitting in his recliner, and behind him was a collection of glass bongs. And one of the glass bongs fell and broke, and it had his mom's ashes in it.
That's creative.
So they came after us for I don't know, $200 or something. They're like, we're suing you for $200 or whatever it was. I don't know. It's just, but either which way, I'm just crazy shit like that happens all the time. Yep. I mean, we've had, I recently had someone fall through their ceiling they were in the bathtub, and it just gave out, and they went to the first floor. I mean, could you imagine you're in the bathtub, you're all rubby dub dub, and then all of a sudden, wha-bam! So, I mean, there's some crazy shit that's happened lately, and I'm just but it's always at 5:45 p.m. on a Friday night. It's never at noon. It's never at 2 o'clock. No, it's 5:45 on a Friday night when you can get absolutely no one to answer their calls and want to go out and do maintenance because they're like, fuck off. It's Friday. I'm going home getting drunk. No, I'm not doing this.
Well,
so, yeah.
And there's just, it's insane how some people really don't understand how to do things in life too. I'd had someone call me at 3 o'clock in the morning and be like, she got through the answering service and they're like, I'm really sorry, but she won't listen to me. She said that she smells gas, and I told her to call Northwest Natural.
Right.
But she won't listen to me, and I'm like, okay, fine, I'll take the call, And I kind of go to the other side, way over to my closet, so my husband can't hear. Oh my God,
I do the exact same thing at 3 a.m.
And she's screaming at me. She's like, you need to get over here. And I'm like, what exactly do you think I'm gonna do?
Right.
You need to call Northwest Natural or 911. I don't know what you think I'm gonna do. Right. Little old me, and you need to get someone over here. I'm like, what? You think I'm gonna call a vendor and they're gonna come out?
Right.
Call 911.
Oh, I get them all the time. I gratefully now have built a team where I don't get those 3 a.m. calls, but I used to get those, and it would ring, and I would be like, man, and I'd be like, oh, shit, all right. So I'd get up and go, again, other side of the house, because I don't want the dogs barking, Danny hearing it, so I'm in the closet, literally, hello, and they're like, my favorites are always like, yeah, so my toilet's clogged.
Oh my God.
Have you tried a plunger?
Yeah.
Literally, have you tried it? I don't have one. Well, there are grocery stores that are open 24 hours, so you might want to go get a plunger and then call me back if it don't work. And then you don't hear back from them. Wow. Or recently, the other night, I actually got one, which was so weird. I haven't gotten one in a long time. And for some reason, through our call system, it somehow got triggered to my cell phone, which was very off. And so it was literally, 1:48 a.m. and I'm like, and I hear the zzz, 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 and I'm like, and I do that whole what's going on thing, roll over, what is that? And I look at my phone, I'm like, okay, so I let it go to voicemail, and then it came again. I was like, fine, okay, got it. So I answer it. She has ants.
Oh my God.
She's got ants. She literally called at 1:48 a.m. to tell me she got ants. I said, honey.
Are they in her bed?
Amazon.com, get some fucking ant traps.
Are they in her bed? What is she doing? Why is she awake?
She got ants in her kitchen, and she don't know what to do, and they're all over her kitchen. And I was like, literally, I usually am really calm and I'm usually very polite, but that moment I literally if I would have lived in the South, my Southern twang came out that night and I was like, honey, you need to get on the Amazon.com and get some taro fucking ant traps, because I said, you know what? I'll even do you a solid. I'll order you some right now. They'll be there tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Have a great night. Like, but literally at 1:48 a.m. to tell me you got ants, I thought her house was on fire.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, some crazy shit. I mean, property management, I could talk about property management stories all day. I should do a whole entire episode just on all the bullshit that literally the amount of crazy shit that happens between, all the things. And it always, again, it's a Friday night. Like a couple weeks ago, we had a tree fall, literally 6:30 in the evening on a Friday. A tree falls. And I'm like, awesome, cool. Yeah, blocking their driveway. Who am I to call at 6:30? And I'm sure I'm going to get every vendor out there that wants to do 6:30 call service. You tag me, because I need more things like that.
Oh, yeah.
What was your moment when you were just like, I'm done? Or it could be
probably. I had one of our tenants that was unhappy because he didn't give 30 days notice, and then they left the place at like a complete shithole, and he had to pay for all this stuff. He decided to like wait in the parking lot for me.
Oh no.
And the office called me and my assistant at the time. We were out. It was Ash, and she was with me, and they're like, don't come back to the office.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, okay. And they're like, he's waiting out in the parking lot. And he actually just came into the office and walked into like the bullpen area and walked around to all the offices and went back into one of the guys and demanded his security deposit back. And they're like, I can't do that. And then he left, but he like stayed in the parking lot. And then I had asked the owners, to get security cameras, and they wouldn't.
Nope.
And this was right about the time up in Seattle where a property manager had delivered an eviction notice and got shot in the face. And I was like, no, you won't even put in a security camera?
You're like, I'm out. No,
are you serious?
Yeah, no, it's scary. I was held at gunpoint at one of my properties. Yeah. No, it was insane. It was a couple years ago. I was, same thing, delivering some notices, and I was doing a showing, and dude just walked right on in, and he pulled it right out, and I was like, yo, yeah, we're not doing that today. Hell no.
That's how you handled it? Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're amazing.
I was obviously scared shitless, but I wasn't going to let him scare me. But he knew who I was. Like, the tenants out there, they knew who I was, and he thought he was a hot shot, but he wasn't a hot shot when his ass got hauled off to jail, and he definitely doesn't live there no more. But it's I've had moments where it's like, they like to show something like a little, I'm carrying, and it's like, okay, cool. It's always made me want to, though. I know there's a lot of controversy around guns and all that stuff, but there's been moments where I'm like, man, do I need to like carry a gun here? Like, I don't know what's going on. But yeah, no, I had a tenant a couple years ago that came into the office demanding, and they were carrying, and they didn't ever pull it out, but they made it very clear they were carrying.
Yeah.
And you get in those moments, and it's like, I can't do anything. Like, a lot of people don't understand, and I think this is one of the biggest things around property management companies and different things is it's not our money.
Yeah. And
like at the end of the day, it's not our money. Like, when final accountings go out and different things, like, it's not my money. Like, it's the client's money, and it's their discretion at the end of the day what they want to do with it. And so we get a lot of, don't get me going on Google reviews, because we get reviews and it's like, girl, you trashed that place.
And I've got like 500 pictures to
Right?
show
Like,
you
I have-
every inch of that space,
Literally,
before and after.
Right, my 75,000 photos on my phone are literally property photos. Like, you want to go through my phone, you're going to get a lot of property photos. That's about it.
Yep.
You know, so no, property management's crazy. I love it, though. I'm, again, bringing it back to community. Like, I'm all here for it for the community. I'm all here for it for building it. I, worked for another company for, almost 8 years. I learned a lot. I learned, I had a great mentor, and I was able to really take that and be like, okay, here's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
And here's how we're going to build even better.
Yeah.
And I was at a point where I wanted something more. And, I kind of had reached that level, and I wasn't able to do really more. And I was like, I had an opportunity, and that opportunity was build something.
Yeah.
And we've built something. And Blake and Alder has been such a fun ride. And I think if I wasn't an owner of a management company or in the position I'm in today, I would not work in property management. I literally, if I just had to go get another job, and if I was in like the world where it's like, go get a job, I don't think I would have chose property management again.
I mean, it's almost like, who would
Right?
choose it? I mean, do you ever like intentionally choose property management?
Right?
Like,
I mean, I've had some, I was just told a few weeks ago that by a tenant that they fucking hate me in text. And I was like, oh, I'm winning today. Like, literally. Thank you. That's a compliment. That means I'm doing my job. That means I'm holding you accountable because I'm your adult babysitter.
yeah. I love that you have been able to gain the thick skin
You have to.
because I just
You have
couldn't.
to.
I
You
couldn't.
have to. I've had transition of employees because they just couldn't get it. And, it's one of those things that anytime I bring on someone new or anybody in my circle that wants to work for me, I'm like, you have to have a thick skin, and you have to be able to be adaptable and not take it home with you.
Yeah.
And you have to just let it roll off. And, my team, I have such an amazing team. And, Katie's been my left, my right, my leg, my everything. And she, it's the same thing for her. For the first few months, she was like, I don't know if I can do this. People are so rude. And I'm like, you just gotta not let it bother you. But it's so funny now because she's such a sassy little fucker, and I love it because she just will be like, nope, we ain't doing that today. And she's like, nope, we're not responding that way. We're just gonna go ahead and shut that down right now.
Yeah.
Like, it's so interesting how we get treated. So, like, we're just like the scum of the earth sometimes. And it's like, I'm here providing you a house. My client's providing you a house. Like, why don't you treat us a little nicer?
I know.
So, anyways, property management, it's fun. It's great. But you clearly pivoted and you left the property management world, and you're like, fuck that. I'm going to do something different. So walk me through the transition. Like, how did you go from PM to in-home care sales? I know you talked about it a little bit about a recruiter, but now you're in it. You're in it thick.
Yes.
So what's it been like?
It's been so busy. I mean, I pull 12-hour days a lot.
Feel ya.
Yeah, but only because I think I love it. If I didn't, I wouldn't. And no worries. Has needed building.
Yeah.
They've been around for 29 years.
That's amazing.
But yeah, the company itself didn't do any marketing for so long because it was started by an RN and had direct referrals. So when our current owner bought the company, we needed to start marketing.
Absolutely.
So we needed to get our name out there and we needed to update a lot of things to get with like kind of modern times, to get like
Yeah.
everything digital,
Yeah.
software driven, not paper, all of that. So I really kind of needed to do double time. And Noreen is the director in our
She's
office.
amazing, by the way.
I love her to
I
pieces.
love her. Meeting her at one of our events, she's so great.
Yeah, she is amazing.
She's amazing.
She's my golden heart.
Love that.
So she and I have just treated that office like it's our own business, and the owners are amazing. We work super hard for them, but we treat it like it's our own business, and so. I've just been willing to just work as hard as I possibly can to make this a thing, and just really put it out there. But, it's putting myself out there too.
Sure.
And so, because I haven't been in the business that long. So I really, have to put myself out there and them out there for people to know and trust the business.
Sure.
We need to really show that they can trust us and that we're going to have real follow through.
I love that.
That there's integrity
Right.
there. That's kind of like a really big word for me, and is really integrity and loyalty. Those are my two things.
Yep.
So
Same.
yeah.
100%. Like, you have to have that in any business, and it makes it even stronger when you really follow that into what you're doing. So for people who don't know, what is in-home care and why does it matter?
So in-home care, basically for our clients, and it could be whatever age, but if they need any extra help with anything from companionship to end-of-life care, it could be help with like any personal care, like if they need help dressing, bathing, toileting, any light housekeeping, meal prep, errands, things like that. Or we also go like an extra step. We do help with nursing care too, which
It's amazing.
not, most in-home care companies don't usually take their licensing that far.
Sure.
So we can do catheters, feeding tubes, ostomy bags,
Oh my gosh.
insulin,
The whole
wound care, all of that.
it.
So we can do that. We go to their home or wherever they're living. So that's super important because then they can be comfortable and stay wherever they want to live.
Yeah.
So if they want to stay in their home, they can stay
That was
there.
going to be my question, is if it's more, if they can be at home or are they going into another facility, different things.
Yeah.
So your program works with all of that.
Yeah. And then if they're in a facility like a community, if they're in independent living and they want to remain in independent living, they can bring in a little extra help from us.
That's amazing.
And then they don't necessarily have to go up to assisted living
yeah.
right away. I mean, unless it gets, too much so that the cost isn't reasonable enough to be
Right.
paying for independent living and in-home
Right.
care. At some point you're like, it's not reasonable to be paying for both. And,
Sure.
and we're not ever going to suggest that you pay for in-home
Sure.
care too.
Right.
So, yeah. So
No, I had my great grandmother, Granny Putt Putt is what we called her.
Oh my God, so
my little
cute.
Granny Putt Putt. She went into a similar type situation. She had dementia, and she got to live by herself in a facility, but in her own little house for a while. She was still driving. Man, that woman, she was in her 80s. She was still putt-putting around. And it was funny because I think I had to have had my license. My mom wouldn't have let me drive her car if I didn't have my license, but maybe I wasn't. But she lived like a few miles from us, so I'd go pick her up and take her out to dinner and do all the things. But she had, very similar things. And then, but then they like took her stove away, and then it was like, it was like one little thing. But she had her piano. She played her piano. She taught me how to play the chopsticks. Different things like that. But it's one of our funny, I love my Granny Putt Putt was so amazing, but her dementia got really bad at a point, and I would drive her around, and I was her little chauffeur because she ended up moving in with us for a while too, and it was this whole thing. But I remember I had to have been 16 years old, and Granny, I'd go pick her up and I'd take her down to my mom. My mom was a hairdresser and she owned a salon, and she would roll out her hair. That was like the thing. She'd go get her hair done, and I picked Granny up. And so I had, I full disclosure can totally share the story because I share it all the time, and it's always one of those fun moments. And unfortunately, just, you know, the disease sometimes gets you, and, you know, we can just kind of laugh about some moments. And I had been driving her around so many times, and it was about like, had to have been like a week or two later, and I'm like, there is a smell in my car. I cannot get out of my car. I'm like, there is something going on in here. And my mom's like, have you like cleaned your car? Like, what's going on? And so I'm like cleaning my car, and I'm like under my seat, and I like reach down, and there's a dirty diaper that she hid in my car because she was so embarrassed. Poor thing was so embarrassed that she had an accident, so she hid it under my seat.
So she like changed her Depends in your car?
I think she went in the bathroom. I think she went in the bathroom and then she shoved it under my seat.
Oh my God.
So for weeks I'm like, what is this smell? And yeah, but you know, bless her heart. Like
bless her heart.
Bless her heart. But those are the moments that I just laugh and I go, oh my God, Granny Papa, she left her diaper for me in my car. But you know what? She drove like a bat out of hell too. She scared every time I got in the car with her. I was like, "Are you sure you don't want me to drive?" No, I got this. And it's like, whoa. But no. But she was in a very similar situation where she had a whole team. They'd come in, they would help her do all the things, and then eventually she lived. I'm gonna get quoted wrong, but I believe she was 98 or 99.
Oh, that's awesome.
I mean, she
cool.
was amazing. Yeah, she was an amazing great grandma, and she actually ended up outliving my grandma. My grandma had passed away quite a few years prior from she had passed from cancer, and so it was just kind of like this weird, one of those things. And so, but yeah, it was very fun, but it also made me realize too, I had never really been around someone that had dementia and all those different things. And it made me really realize like, oh my gosh, like you need in-home care. Like and I think that's where my mom and all of us realized like we couldn't do it ourselves, and we needed support, and we needed more people, because it just got to a point where it was just like, we need the medical support here.
Yeah.
So getting, those programs and different things. So definitely I feel like is a huge impact. Always had great times, and now we have good stories,
Yeah. Well, and they are a blast. They are. People don't realize just how much fun and how cute they are and can be.
She was adorable.
I got some bachelorettes going on in these communities.
Yes.
Man. They're all their prospects and just, oh man, so cute.
I always say whenever I am destined for, the senior citizen home, it better have a happy hour and it better have an open bar.
Oh yes, it does. Oh, yes, it does.
Because the teats and the sis still has to happen. The Tito's and the soda has to still happen. If I'm 99 and kicking it, like, it's got to happen. Like,
and
sorry.
Don't be late for bingo.
And don't be late for bingo. Oh my gosh, that's so amazing. No, it's true. I don't know. My algorithm lately on Instagram has been really weird, and I feel like I've gotten a lot of senior homes lately, and maybe it's because I've been prepping for Andrea to come on my episode. But no, there are some kick-ass facilities in Portland, and they promo the shit out of bingo night and there was a cribbage night, there was a card thing, there was a talent night. I've seen karaoke. I need to know. There's I have heard, maybe this is a rumor, I have heard there's one in Hillsborough that has a rooftop pool.
Oh.
I've only heard. I've only heard.
Pool.
And I was like, it seemed a little...
I'm going to have to find out about that.
I had some reservations about it.
I hadn't heard about that.
I was thinking about it. I'm like, okay, rooftop pool. Okay. But then I had heard. So anyways, enough of that.
I'll check into that for you.
Heard. So I love to do a little rapid fire game.
I've heard.
And I love to talk and just get some fun little answers out of you.
Okay.
And this lets everybody know a little bit more. And this is where we get a little unhinged too. But before we start, do you need some more wine?
No, I'm good.
Oh, she's
I'm good.
Oh,
you kind of filled me up.
I did fill her up. I was like, girl, you're going to need a whole glass. Don't you worry. I don't know where this Southern twing's coming from tonight, but we got a little Southern twang going on tonight. I don't know what it is, but all right. So rapid fire game, whatever answer comes to your brain first, we're just going to throw it out.
Okay.
All right. So we're going to start with some PM life questions. Early morning calls or late night emergencies?
Oh.
Me neither.
Yeah, can I say neither?
Vendor no-shows or tenant complaints?
Vendor no-shows.
Which leads into a tenant complaint.
True. I can find another vendor.
Right. Leasing season or slow season?
Leasing season.
Yeah. Oh, totally. Which one's worse, plumbing issue or a noise complaints?
Plumbing issue.
Coffee or wine to survive PM life?
Wine.
I literally just want to fall down on that one.
Wine.
Yeah, right. Oh my God. Comfort zone or risk?
Ooh. So are we getting away from PM?
Whatever. Like in your world, are you more of a comfort zone queen or are you more of a risk queen?
I mean, I like a little bit of a risk.
I mean, a risk is always good. Stability or passion?
Gosh.
I know. I ask hard questions.
I mean, passion is great.
Passion is great, but stability is great too.
Yeah,
I mean, we can
it is.
emphasize on both. I mean, you got to have a little bit of both, but
Yeah.
I mean, passion's always fun. Stability, yeah.
I mean, I'm kind of getting old. I'm all about stability right about now. We need a little bit of like fun and trouble and
Right.
passion.
That's true. Plan everything or figure it out as you go.
Oh, I figured it all out as
Oh,
I
I'm
go.
so the same way.
ADHD, man.
Oh,
Like,
girl. I try to plan. Danny will tell you all day long. I'm like, let's plan. And yeah, it's like fly by the seat of our pants. That
Yeah,
doesn't ever
for sure.
happen. Mom life or work mode?
Oh God, I'm kind of work mode.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
hard sometimes to find that balance, but you're also a great mom too. So you have
They're
your mom
older
life, too.
now. It's
That's
not.
true. You're like, I gave you all my time.
Now it's like cook for me.
A quiet night in or a social night?
Social night.
Yeah, that's my girl. I struggle. I don't know the last time I had. Actually, last night. I think last night I might have had a quiet night in, but it's
not
very
me.
rare. Morning person or a night owl?
Night owl.
Yeah. Lake Oswego living. Love it or love it? Love it?
Love it.
Oh, that was a very low love.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
it's
a little-
okay.
yeah.
I mean, everything ends too early these days.
That's so true.
Ever since COVID, I guess.
That's so true. Like everything's like 9 o'clock and it's like game over.
Yeah, but that's like everywhere.
That's like
I
everywhere
think,
anymore.
Now.
I
It's
feel like, yeah.
Oh, 9 o'clock. We're
Yep,
closing.
gotta go to bed. Andrea and I are like, oh, I mean, we recently we were at an event and I was like, afterwards we were like, it was like 8 o'clock. We're like, let's go to cocktail. And I literally was like, there's nothing open around
Yeah.
here. There was one place and they did not have vodka. And I was like, we're done.
Yeah. It's also kind of an Oregon thing, too.
It's
like
so
things
weird.
close
Everything.
earlier.
One word for property management.
Oh, hate it. Sorry. Hate it. 2 words.
One word for your life now.
Fun.
Fun. I love that.
Yeah.
Most unhinged PM moment. One word.
Insane.
Yes, there it is. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much happier are you now?
Than when I was a PM. Oh my. 1 to 10? Let's say 20.
20. I love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Are you still slightly unhinged or finally at peace?
I think I will always be
Fuck yeah.
unhinged.
I love
And
that.
I love it like that.
I love that. Something I care so much about the show is community identity and creating spaces where people feel seen and supported. You've been a huge supporter of me. You've been a huge supporter of my my projects and my passion around identity, community, and being an ally for the community as well. I've heard rumor that you're the gay bae
I
in
am.
Portland, and you're all over that. So how do you personally define what it means to be an ally for you?
Oh, for me, you know what? I just support everybody in who they are. You know, I love everybody. I love who they are, who they show up to be, no matter what.
Yeah.
No matter
I love
what.
that.
So, I mean, I think that that's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
So it just, yeah, the rest just doesn't matter. I just think that everybody needs to be happy in who they are and for other people.
And I value that and I appreciate that. And that's why I fell in love with our friendship, because you just supported me. You've lifted Danny and I up. You've lifted Blake and Alder up. And it's so great to have such allies in the community. We're in a crazy world.
Yeah.
And, you know, having allies is something that is really important to everybody in the community. I think a lot of people want to be supportive, but don't always know how. What does being a good ally actually look like in real life for you?
You know, for me, it just, it's really having integrity,
Yeah.
showing up for somebody
Absolutely.
and being dependable and doing something when you say that you will.
Yeah.
That's huge for me. When I say that I'm going to do something, I do it.
You sure do.
And I come through.
You do every time.
So that's huge for me. And that just means a lot. So, for no matter who you are, if that's just what it's about. So if that's what you show me you are, then I love you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
That's what it is.
No, I appreciate you. You've been such a blessing, and I'm so grateful to have you in my life. And it's been so fun getting to know you and your family and Matt. I mean, shout out to Matt. I mean, we always got to give Matt a little shout out.
Well, and you know what I love about him
Yes.
is that I think when I first met him too, he also told me that he would go to gay bars in San Francisco and he would hang out with his gay
love
friends,
that.
and that just warmed my heart so much.
He's such an ally.
That he
Like, I
had that
love
much
that.
confidence that I was like, yes,
Yes.
you
damn right.
go.
Nope. And that's exactly it. Like, Matt has always been so warm and welcoming to Danny and I, and every event he's just like, yo, hey, come here, like, come give me a hug, no big deal. And we always have such a good time. We drink a lot of wine, we hang out. Like, it's always such a fun time. So, oh my gosh. Well, I always like to close my episode with a moment when maybe you've been a little slightly unhinged. And I always love a good story. So when do you think a moment in your life that maybe you were just a slightly unhinged that you want to share? I'm sure that Andrea's got something good.
I would say when I was living in San Francisco.
Yeah. I was hoping it was going to be an SF story.
Yeah. I mean, easily, I was back in the rave party days.
Yes.
So, yes, we would end up at the end up.
The end up. I love it.
5 o'clock in the morning, you're standing on the sidewalk with about 40 other people underneath a freeway overpass waiting for the end up to open. The final after party, and everybody's looking crazy-eyed. So
I love that.
That's
No,
probably
I mean
those
yeah,
times.
SF, I mean, yeah. There's always good times. Well, it has been so fun having you on my podcast. Thank you for coming and hanging out with me. Talking about the PM crazy world to talking about your new career and all the different things you're doing. We will be linking all of your socials in the show notes, as well as No Worries In-Home Care. We're huge shout out. You guys have a diamond right here, so make sure you're taking good care of her. But again, thank you for coming on the episode. This was so fun.
Thank you so much for having me.
I love you so much, and I'm so excited for
you.
this episode to come out. If you like this episode, make sure you like, subscribe, and follow Slightly Unhinged. We sat down with Andrea today, and we'll make sure to have all her links in the show notes, and we will see you again next Friday.
Turn it up, don't miss a thing. Welcome to the show. Slightly Unhinged. Slightly Unhinged.